And interestingly, we have Nikki in Oregon, pronouns are she, her, was a strong Jewish atheist and did more research, found Jesus. Oh, wow. Welcome, Nikki.
Hey, Matt. Oh my gosh, it's so good to talk to you. I just have so much respect for you. I love to watch your show.
Well, we'll fix that.
When I was an atheist, so awesome. And AP, it's good to be on, to hear you. I've followed you as well. Both of you are just awesome. So I just wanted to,
Thank you.
And so I wanted to call in. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. I'll try not to disappoint you, but I really have to know what it means when an atheistic Jew says they found Jesus. Where was he hiding?
In my closet. No. He was, no, I just, had I wanted a God, which I adamantly did not. I was like such a committed atheist, scientific method, and just people who knew me knew that I always said, too bad I don't believe in God, but I'm going to die without God. And, that's whatever. I just was really committed. And I had an experience. I was dying. I had pancreatic cancer along with MS. And I was dying, and unbeknownst to me, and this was weird because I didn't believe it either. And I found out a few years later that this lady who's a Christian had her whole friggin' nutty Christian church praying for me. And shit happened. I don't know what to tell you. It didn't make any sense to me. So I had this experience. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, maybe
No.
You want me to tell you that?
Hang on. What experience do you think you had? Because what you've said so far is that you were a committed atheist who people would say you ran around saying, too bad I don't believe in God. I'm a committed atheist. I don't ever say, too bad I don't believe in God. I think it would be horrible to believe in God. I have zero interest in believing in God. But the fact that one of the first things you said was that you pined essentially for God belief is interesting. I'm sorry that you were ill with pancreatic cancer and MS, but the fact that a Christian person had their church pray for you doesn't mean you've had an experience. What's the experience?
Okay, so you like brought up a few different things. I'm trying to follow you here. What specifically is your question? You listed a lot of things that I said.
I didn't list a lot of things. I reiterated what you said, and you said that you had an experience. I want to know what that experience is because you haven't described an experience.
No, I'm not going to because it's not something that I think that should be described on this show. I don't think if I had
okay, goodbye.
It would have made it. Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Bless you. Thank you.
I don't know what to do with you, Nikki. If you're going to call in and say, I was an atheistic Jew who found Jesus, and we ask you what you mean, and you say, I had an experience, and we ask you for the experience, and you say you're not going to talk about it. What exactly did you expect us to do?
I don't know. Just treat me with respect like I'm treating you with respect and not, I'll tell you.
I'm sorry, but did you call the Let Me Get Some Respect show, or did you call the Atheist Experience? I'm happy to give you respect, but you're not respecting us back. The respect here is we're giving you a chance to tell why you are now convinced there's a God, and you just said you won't do it. So why did you call?
I'm to share a different perspective, I guess, and to say that there could be another way forward. You don't have to stick to your worldview. You can humbly seek truth, I guess. That's why I call.
I'm humbly seeking truth, but you called in and you won't give us the truth. Go ahead.
Nikki, I think what Matt is trying to say is, I think what he's trying to say is, you called in and said that you were an atheistic Jew who found a Jesus, and you want to share that with us. Now, just we already got that part. I mean, we already know that you were an atheist and you found Jesus. We know this now, so that's not something that we further need to be informed on. But if you say that you found Jesus because of a specific experience, then it's expected that you share that experience with us. Otherwise, if you just want to say, I found Jesus, we already got that part, and there's nothing more further to discuss. And it's kind of...
What I want to say. This is what I want to say, though. So that experience led me, and so this is the key point. You can have
what experience?
You go, well, I don't know if this is true, and then you search. So because I didn't have cancer and MS after that, I mean, like I woke up and I didn't have it, and so the doctors were saying this is kind of like a miracle, and I'm like, this is kind of weird for me. I'm an atheist, and I kind of knew what happened. I knew it had been Jesus. I just knew. I don't know how I knew. And like, I
well, what is the reason to believe that
you don't
that it was
know.
Jesus?
You do not know.
No, that's right. And so that's when I did the research and say, well, maybe
What research
is wrong. But let me.
What research did you do?
I did research. So
What research did you do?
But,
if I ask what research you did and you said I did research, that's not answering the question.
I did research into the historical, the scientific, the archaeological evidence, the philosophical arguments. I spent years doing this, and so it cumulatively added up. There wasn't just one fact that did it. I mean, it's not like, aha, here it is. But it cumulatively added up. And then I started looking at scripture, and I didn't, before, it's like a donkey talking, what the hell? None of it had made sense ever before. And so I began to study that concurrently to looking up the scientific evidence, the philosophical evidence. And, that would take a really long time to summarize. But
how about let's do this,
I tell you what, would you say anything that is remotely useful to help us understand what happened? Because
I'm really sorry for your experience and for what you went through, and I'm glad that you found peace in your life, and that you found meaning in your life. But so if you went through specific arguments and specific proofs to come to a certain point, is there just for the sake of being a caller on this show, could you present one argument or one specific thing that you want to talk about with us?
Sure, yes. I would say I would encourage people to put aside their biases, be humble, and then look at the other side. That's my whole.
Oh my fucking God, Nikki. Goodbye.
My God.
No, it's your God. It's your God. He's fictional. And when somebody asks you to present something that people could potentially discuss, and you're just like, put aside your biases and be humble. You don't you dare run around telling people you were an atheist because you were a skeptic, because you were an atheist because you understood reason and the burden of proof, because that's clearly false.
God bless you.
I don't think God will bless me, because I don't think there's a God. But that's a good little dodge, Nikki, to not have to ever justify your claims. But you don't get to spread your lies here if you're not going to make an attempt to defend them. Goodbye.
Thank you, Nikki, but